Do you have an exotic that you love to use, but it's just not meta? That's why we're starting this series, Neglected to Effective, where we take unpopular exotics and see if we can turn them into something special. We'll determine if the exotic should remain unpopular, or if it's secretly viable. Welcome to Neglected to Effective. Alright, welcome back to another episode of Neglected to Effective. We're on our Warlock for the first time in a very long time, and I'm excited. Warlocks are really good. We have a suggestion from 7volt to use Wings of Sacred Dawn, and they suggested that we use Sunshot or Tommy's Matchbook, and I tried out both, and they're really good. Sunshot is probably more viable, and Tommy's Matchbook is for more fun. I would use Sunshot in harder content, and then Tommy's Matchbook in easier content. And if you're unfamiliar with the Wings of Sacred Dawn, by the way, what an awesome name. We need names like this for every exotic, I feel like Boots of Glorious Sunset, something like that. So if you're unfamiliar, Tone of Dawn, while you have a solar super equipped, aiming weapons will suspend you in the air, and then it will reduce incoming flinch and give you damage resistance, and this is 15%. Then weapon hits extend the effect's duration, and then weapon final blows reload our solar weapons from reserves. It also provides a large benefit to the airborne effectiveness stat of all of our weapons. And we're going to be using Prismatic, and make sure you have a solar super on so you can actually use the exotic. Then we have Feed the Void. Defeat a target with any ability to activate Devour. This is just nice for survivability. We'll need it since we'll be in the air frequently, and we'll be using Phoenix Dive to get down from the air when we need it, get health, just good for survivability. And we'll pair that with Helion. This will give us a solar buddy that scorches. It also helped activate Devour as well. And then for our abilities, we're using Arcane Needle. This gives us 3 stacks. It's really easy to proc Devour, so I highly recommend it. And then Storm Grenade. And to make our Storm Grenade better, we have Facet of Dominance, so we'll apply Jolt. And then it also weaken with our Prismatic Grenade, which is really nice. And then we have Facet of Protection for 15% damage resistance, Facet of Hope for faster class ability regen when we have an elemental buff, and we'll have an elemental buff pretty much all the time, and this is a 60% increase. And then Facet of Balance for melee energy on light damage final blows, and grenade energy on rapid darkness final blows. Then we're going to use Facet of Ruin to increase our solar ignitions from Helion and from our Sunshot. And to make our ignitions even better, we'll use Solar Fulmination, and then we're going to use Galvanic Armor for 30% damage resist when we're amplified, and we can get that from Storm Grenade. Then we have Radiant Orbs for just more damage when we pick up an orb. Shield Crush for when we're amplified or radiant. Our grenade is going to recharge faster and deal more damage, which is always nice. And then we have Transference for increased grenade and melee damage when we're Transcendent. And then Weapon Final Blows when we're Transcendent will refund Transcendent energy. And then we have Elemental Siphon for Fire Sprites on our Solar Weapon Final Blows. And that's pretty much everything for the build. For your armor mods, we're going to use Time Dilation with Solar Weapon Surge, just more damage for our solar weapons. And then Bomber Outreach for reduced melee and grenade cooldown when we use our class ability. And then we're going to use Recuperation for health on orb pickup, Innervation for grenade cooldown on orb pickup, and then for our gauntlets we'll use Firepower for orbs on grenade final blows, Pulsary Detonation for class ability when we do damage with the grenade. Then we have Harmonic Siphon for orbs on solar weapon final blows, and then Heavy Ammo Finder and Scout. And that's everything for the build. Enjoy the gameplay. Alright, we have the Exodus Garden 2A Master Lost Sector. We have Overcharge Linear, Solar Surge, and Arc Surge. Keep in mind Solar Surge is helping us out a little bit here. We have Attrition, Void Threat, and then Barrier and Overload champions. And to take care of those barrier champions, we're using a Sniper Rifle, and we're using Sunshot, and a Solar Rocket, just to take advantage of Wings of Sacred Dawn. I wanted to mention in the build portion of the video, we're going to start giving our Neglected to Effective builds star ratings at the end of the video. We'll have different categories like how good they are in endgame content, survivability, ad clear, stuff like that. This will just help you guys to know where you'll want to use these builds, like in what content. So yeah, that'll be at the end of the video. Also, this build is really good with Tommy's Matchbook. I would just swap out the Storm Grenade with the Healing Grenade, use the new artifact mods for the auto rifles,
And yeah, it's fun. It's good. I don't know where this champion's at. Usually he spawns right there. There he is. Also, if you're going to use Tommy's Matchbook, I would swap out Facet of Dominance, the one that gives you a jolt on your arc grenade. I'd swap that out with Facet of Solitude. Or you can choose whatever you'd like, but that's what I recommend. I've been having fun on Warlock. This super is crazy. Didn't realize Warlocks were this good. I've been like a hunter main my whole life. I mean, I'll occasionally play the other classes, but just this like past week I've been leveling both of them up. It's been fun. I also tried this build out with Teraba, and it was pretty good. Not too bad. I think Sunshot and Tommy's Matchbook are definitely a little bit better. Teraba's really fun though. I'm getting kind of lit up here. I'm gonna use this just to get some health back. I'm gonna try and take care of the boss first. At least get him low. Pop Transcendence here. Gotta reload. It's all good. I'm not sure the best way to use the Arcane Needle. I'm still learning Warlock, so if you guys have like tips for me, I'm open to them. Get some health back here. Alright. Pretty short Lost Sector. Hopefully you guys can see the potential of the build though. It's a lot of fun, honestly. Yeah, and we'll get into the ratings of the build now.
Alright, so the way this is going to work, we're going to have 5 categories, and we're going to give it a star rating out of 5. The categories are endgame potential, ad clear, DPS, survivability, and fun. And for the endgame potential for this build, we'll give it a 3.5, and the main drawback is the riskiness of flying in the air in harder content. We do have ways to combat this, but sometimes there are just too many enemies to want to be flying. And for the ad clear, we're going to give this a 4.5. Sunshot is a phenomenal weapon at clearing ads, and not having to reload thanks to Wings of Sacred Dawn makes it even better. And then on top of that, we have Devour, we have a strong Storm Grenade with Jolt, and then we have the option to use whatever special weapon that we'd like. And then we also have great movement with Wings of Sacred Dawn. And for the DPS, we'll give it a 3. Son of Flame has great DPS, and you have the option to use whatever heavy you'd like, but that's pretty much it for the DPS. And then we're going to give survivability a 4.5. We have Devour, we have Phoenix Dive, damage resist from Wings of Sacred Dawn, health from recuperation, and then we also have Galvanic Armor. And then last but not least, fun, we'll give it a 4. Flying around, causing explosions with Sunshot and not having to reload, it's a lot of fun. And then this build with Tommy's Matchbook is even more fun. I highly recommend you guys try it out. Remember to leave a comment for what exotic you want to see next, and I will see you in the next video.